We are still on the play Antony and Cleopatra, written by William Shakespeare. We've earlier discussed the plot summary on this platform, so if you need the link to that video, just make the request in the comment section and it will be sent to you. And don't forget what I told you, that this video is just to give you the idea of the event and the text. So I recommend that you read the real text so that you understand everything about the text. Let's look at the characters once again. We have the triumvirs. These are Mark Antony, Octave Caesar, Marcus Lepidus. These are the three people in charge of Rome after the death of Julius Caesar. We also have friends of Antony: Domitius, Enobarbus, Ventidius, Eros, Scaurus, Dastas, Demetrius, Philo. Friends of Caesar: we have Masris, Agrippa, Dolabella, Proculius, Cyrus, and Gallus. Friends of Pompey: we have Mena, Menecrate, Varius. And we have the Queen of Egypt, that is Cleopatra. Octavia is Caesar's sister and Antony's wife. We also have Cleopatra's attendants. We have Alexas, Hadrian, Seleucus, Diomedes. The Lieutenant General to Caesar is Terus. Lieutenant General to Antony is Canidius. Cilius is an officer in Ventidius' army. We also have Ephonius, an ambassador from Antony to Caesar. We also have officers, soldiers, messengers, and attendants. Now, this is Act 1 of Antony and Cleopatra. Antony, Cleopatra, and Octavius Caesar, the major characters, are introduced in this act. It also highlights the main forces which motivate them each. That's the main forces that motivate each of them. The first scene takes place in Alexandria, where Demetrius and Philo, Antony's men, describe the lovers' relationship. Caesar later appears and expresses how he perceives Antony and Cleopatra's relationship. The comment is made about Antony reveal much about his character. This act also reveals that Antony and Cleopatra are deeply in love, but the former does not realize that it's just an infatuation. That might be tragic. The relationships among the main characters in this play are revealed in this act. It establishes and foreshadows the conflicts in the play. The one caused by the love between Antony and Cleopatra, and the rivalry of Antony with Caesar. Now, Act 2 of Antony and Cleopatra. Pompey is becoming a threat to Rome. This forces the triumvirs in the Roman Empire to close ranks to form a united front. The triumvirs are Mark Antony, Octavius Caesar, and Marcus Lepidus. They are a powerful force that dominates Rome after the death of Julius Caesar. The conflicts are due to political and personal disagreements. The two of them are not in unity. They are always in conflict, but they deem it fit to come together to form a united front against Pompey. Mark Antony and Caesar agree to bury the hatchet, and it is coincided with the marriage of Antony and Octavia, Caesar's sister. Cleopatra is demoralized when she hears about Antony's marriage, but resolves not to give up on him yet. Though Antony pledges his love for Octavia, his mind is with Cleopatra in Egypt. Act 3. The major events in this play begin here. Antony makes all effort to regain his position in the world of politics and war. When all efforts fail, he decides to return to Egypt. Antony goes to Athens with Octavia. When they get there, Antony decides to return to Cleopatra in Egypt. Hence, Octavia alone returns to Rome. Caesar is enraged about the treatment of Octavia by Antony. This makes Caesar create more hatred towards Antony and vows to revenge. Octavia discovers that Antony places Cleopatra and her children in high esteem, and one of them is an illegitimate son of Julius Caesar. This gives enough evidence to Caesar to declare Antony and Cleopatra traitors. Antony and Caesar eventually go to war, and Antony is defeated. The rest of the battle is about the result of the war and the fate and the love between Antony and Cleopatra. Now Act 4 of Antony and Cleopatra. Antony is in low spirits because of the defeat he suffers. He blames Cleopatra, who fled with her ship while the war was going on. He fears that Cleopatra will leave him for Caesar, like some of his troops. Cleopatra tries to convince him to prove him wrong. They then make another attempt to fight Caesar. They win the battle, but it doesn't last. They are eventually defeated outright. Antony again doubts Cleopatra's loyalty, and this makes her flee to her monument where she will be buried when she dies. Cleopatra then sends a message to Antony that she's dead. She wants to prove to him that he made a mistake by doubting her loyalty to him. Antony is remorseful when he received the news. He then efforts on his wall to commit suicide. He doesn't die immediately and is carried to Cleopatra's monument. Antony's final moments are spent together by the two lovers. After the death of Antony, Cleopatra is to face the Romans' maltreatment alone. Now the last act, Act 5 of Antony and Cleopatra. This act is about Cleopatra's last hours. Caesar promises her that she will be honorably treated in Rome. Dolabella, one of Caesar's officers, wants Cleopatra not to believe Caesar's promises. Based on this, she doesn't believe the promise. She prefers to die rather than be taken captive and humiliated in Rome. A basket full of poisonous snakes is smuggled to Cleopatra and her women to commit suicide. With the death of Antony and Cleopatra, Caesar acknowledges that he is deprived of being glorious in his final victory. So that is the summary of the Acts 1 to Act 5 of Antony and Cleopatra. Please, if you are just joining this platform, you can also follow me on YouTube. You can follow this platform on YouTube. Just search Literature Hub 247 for more on literature. You can also search for Olahan Oyelekan on Facebook for more on literature. If you have any question or comments, send it to the comment section. You are free to share this video on any social media platform. Invite your friends and colleagues to join us. So, thank you. God bless. Let's meet in the next class.